Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this.
Today we're going to be reacting to the Corey Holcomb on the LSU versus Iowa controversy. Let's get right into it.
I want to know, do y'all know, I'm talking about, I'm getting to it too soon. Okay, a girl, LSU, sister, won the national championship. Do you know they invited her opponent, who happened to be a Caucasian woman, to the White House?
They invited both teams.
They invited
And they usually
both.
invite just the champions, don't they?
They wanted to give home.
Oh, the games that they played.
Why did they do that? Ask me. We know why. Let's hear Corey's opinion why they did it.
God, that is a slap in the face, dog. That is so disrespectful to say,
goes.
oh, tell Iowa to come too. Man, I hope y'all
wouldn't even go.
Don't go to that shit.
That's sure.
Don't go to that shit. Them people are not for you, man. Why don't they just invite Iowa and say, we wanted Iowa to come because they're Caucasian? Why can't they just speak from the heart?
Right.
We're rooting for the Caucasian girl because Caucasian people have basically, we run the world. So now that there's a Caucasian girl who can play, that girl from Iowa
Keep
can
it
play.
real, I don't watch basketball. So I definitely don't watch women's basketball. But the shit was so, you know what I'm saying? The shit was everywhere. I couldn't help but see it. But I don't know. I'm assuming the white girl can play. You know what I'm saying?
Play like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Why don't you just say we'd rather had a white girl here and y'all go down to Martin Luther King Boulevard and we'll pay for y'all rib tip dinner? Why don't you just say that? Why don't you come from the heart?
Tell the truth.
Why you got to dog them out and say they got to be there with Iowa? That ain't right. That ain't right. Do you know the history of racist-ass media in sports? A commentator on ESPN named J.J. Redick had the nerve to ask Kendrick Perkins, so are you saying there's racism in the vote for the MVP of the NBA? That's what he had the nerve to ask him. Of course, Kendrick Perkins can't say nothing. He works for the corporation. If he speaks from the heart, he's fired. Kendrick Perkins, Stephen A. Smith, they can't tell the truth. They'll be fired.
They gotta say what they gotta say. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a job, so you gotta do what you gotta do. And they gonna do what they gotta do. Them motherfuckers like, they ain't trying to go over that check. Come on, look at Stephen A. hairline. He can't be out here in the streets. He gonna have to get girls off of his words now. He can't do that. You see that hairline? He got to get that money.
But I can't. Do you know why more people of Caucasian descent vote for the MVP? Because if it was all black people voting for the MVP, all black people will win the MVP. They put white people as the voters for the MVP, so the 3 to 4 Caucasian players that are good can win the MVP. Because in the NBA, you got about, I'm not exaggerating, there's about 10 stars that are Caucasian. The rest is a black league.
And that, I don't even, like I said before, I don't watch basketball, so I don't know, but I probably know like maybe 2 or 3 white basketball players. Name off the top of my head, Larry Bird. I know there's others, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? But I could name at least probably like 15 black players off the top of my head. I don't watch basketball, but just they transcend the game. You know what I'm saying? So even if you don't watch it, you're gonna hear about them. Like, you're gonna hear their name every day. They got sneakers, all that shit. LeBron, Jordan, this one, that one, Kobe, Shaq, Kyrie. I hear about all these people that I don't watch basketball, but I know all their names. I was gonna say Steph Curry. Oh shit, that's fucked up. I'd throw the light skinned boy on the white side of the game, but yeah, it's like Steve Nash. Yeah, that's the only 2 I know. But you know what I mean?
It's a black league. You can't win the championship unless you have blacks on your team. An all Caucasian team can't win it all nowadays. I know that's what you want. but it just won't happen. If it does, god damn, them people gonna get rock carvings on Mount Rushmore. Oh my God! If an all-white team win the
Boy, they gonna
NBA
praise
title,
the hell out there.
They
Those
are
people-
gods among men, for real.
are gods
Man, do you hear me?
forever. But that's not what's happening. The
They
truth
gonna make a
is,
Space Jam movie, but they
black
are.
people are the people playing in the NBA, and white people are the ones coaching and in charge of everything. So don't ask me, JJ Redick, because I ain't got to lie. Yes, the reason there's more white voters for the MVP than black voters for the MVP is to ensure when there's a Caucasian player that stands out, he wins the MVP. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Jokic can win the MVP the next 15 years if they want to give it to him. How many times did Jordan ever win back-to-back MVPs? Michael Jordan never won back-to-back MVPs of the NBA. And when he played, he dominated that motherfucker and sold stadiums out like a rock star. Teams that wasn't even winning was motherfucking having packed-ass houses when the Bulls showed up because Air was playing in his prime. Now, I'm talking about these college girls. Listen, that girl from Iowa can play, and she's a bragger. She likes to be like, being
Yeah, I
people
seen
fake
the clip of the white girl doing that.
with that
91,
shit.
92.
Huh?
They say 91, 92.
He won back-to-back MVPs.
Okay.
I'm so glad Jordan won back-to-back MVPs because I wasn't sure. If you saying he won the MVP,
1992, Chicago Bulls undefeated. Jordan took home both NBA Finals MVPs as well.
I'm saying that he won MVP of the league 2 years in a row.
Of the league.
I'm not talking about the finals. I don't know if he won
Yeah, you know, they
MVP.
just gave-
I think Jordan only won 3 MVPs. Steve Nash got 2 MVPs back to back. Steve Nash, a garbage motherfucker who got his bitch fucked the shit out of by one of his teammates, and they tried to keep it under wraps.
Oh my God.
Motherfucker had a little black baby come out, that little white pussy in the hospital. That motherfucker was like, ah! His assist went down like a motherfucker.
He like, I ain't passing these niggas the ball. Hell no, I'm done with you niggas.
Nigga ain't want to assist nobody else.
He wasn't passing the ball to none of these niggas.
On
Y'all
They was passing his bitch around.
Y'all passing y'all balls to my bitch. I ain't passing you niggas no ball.
Motherfuckers don't want to say this shit. So I'm saying, like, all this stuff that's happening with the sisters in this NCAA tournament, because they tried to get his NCAA tournament with the girls so much publicity. The championship game was...
I don't watch basketball, but let alone nobody don't watch no girls basketball game, let alone in a college basketball game. So this shit was like big business. This shit was everywhere because of the controversy shit.
for the men. They did everything they could to promote this shit.
Well, maybe it'll
But the
actually-
racism is coming out.
Well, that as well. But if anything, I wonder if it's going to actually pick up any kind of sales and views for next year.
I don't know what it's going to do for next
I
year, but I
don't.
know the media. JJ Redick. JJ Redick, listen to this. Caucasian people are not capable of being neutral when they are covering black athletes versus white athletes.
That's a fact. One thing I'll
This has
say,
been-
like in boxing, not in UFC so much. I don't know this in UFC, but in boxing is a racist ass sport. That is by far. I don't care. Maybe other sports is, but I don't watch them. I know soccer has a lot of that, but boxing, by far the most racist sport in America, because it has no governing body. It's pretty much like the Wild Wild West. So it's still got like that 1920s kind of mantra to it. So that shit is just not where it's at. Boxing is racist as hell. I watch boxing heavy. That shit is racist. That's why I'm kind of like drifting more to UFC. It's a little less on that, and you actually get to see the fights you want to see. Boxing is 4 motherfuckers in each weight class, 4 belts in each weight class. Like, so it could be 4 champions in a weight class. None of them motherfuckers trying to fight each other. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Been known throughout history. JJ Redick, I hope you get a chance to see this. You're on ESPN
And that's the thing,
debating.
they do it in most sports, but I notice it a lot of boxing. Like whatever, like the Jack Johnson shit, whatever good attributes the black fighter have or the black player have, they'll turn it to a negative. That's just what they do. If you slick and athletic, they'll be like, oh, he's a coward. If you're a fighter and you got good movement, good head movement, good technique, good defense, they'll say, oh, you're a coward, you're avoiding the fight. If you're a brawler, they'll be like, oh, you dumb and you just, you know what I'm saying, you coming straight forward, you don't got no technique. Whatever you do, they're just gonna turn it into a negative. Same thing in basketball. The white girl do it. It's cool when she do it, but when I do it, you know what I'm saying? That's how it go.
With black men who basically are slaves. Come on the 5150 show and debate with me. We can have a conversation so I can show you you're a privileged Caucasian athlete. You shouldn't even be able to carry on. You had your NBA career. You didn't win shit. You won at Duke. Duke, when you went there, they had the top niggas in the nation running with your good shit name. That's how y'all won. So don't think that shit was going to transfer over to the NBA. You wasn't even really getting playing time for real, if you ask me, when you first got in the NBA, but they found a way to get you in the game. You a good pop-a shot shooter, dog, but I'm just saying, you want to debate racism in the NBA and the world, debate it with somebody like me who can talk from the heart. Stephen A. Smith and Kendrick Perkins can't speak from the heart. They'll be out here in the street and can't now one of them get pussy without that motherfucking ESPN money.
But see, the problem is they really hate when we support our own. That's what they really hate. They want to call us racist.
And every race do that, especially like back to boxing. Like every race gonna support their own. That's just like human nature, unless you some type of weirdo. But every race do it. Alright, we're gonna end the video right there because we went off on a tangent. Alright, I'll be back to y'all with another one. Like and subscribe. We out here. Deuces.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this.